All right, let's talk about something straight out of science fiction. We're going to dive into the payment infrastructure for a world where your AI assistant, your car, your fridge, they all pay their own way. Today, we're exploring InterLink, a project that's building the financial rails for that exact future.
But, that future brings up a massive question. Seriously, think about it. When your smart fridge can just order its own milk and your self-driving car pays for its own charging, how do you know those transactions are real and secure? How can you possibly trust the money when bots are the ones spending it?
And that, right there, is the central challenge of what some people are starting to call the AI era of payments. We're heading towards a totally new kind of economy, one where machines aren't just tools anymore, but are actually active players in the financial game.
So, there's a key term here you're going to hear a lot: agentic commerce. All it really means is an economy where AI agents, bots, and us humans can all send value back and forth on our own, seamlessly. It's the bridge that connects machine-to-machine payments with human-to-machine payments.
Okay, so you can probably see the problem here, right? Our current financial systems, they just weren't built for this. They're not fast enough for real-time AI deals, they don't have the global scale for an economy with no borders, and most importantly, they're missing that layer of trust you need to make sure all these automated payments are legit.
So how in the world do you solve that? Well, the sources we're digging into today have an idea. A solution that's anchored in the one thing that's really hard for machines to fake or scale up: a verified human identity.
And that's where InterLink's main asset comes into play, the ITL token. Now, this isn't just another crypto coin. You got to think of it more like the fundamental financial plumbing for this new AI economy, where every single transaction is tied back to a real, verified person.
Now, of course, InterLink isn't the only project trying to crack this nut. So what do the sources say makes them different? Let's actually put them head to head.
This table gives us a really great, at-a-glance snapshot. We're putting InterLink up against some other big names you might have heard of in the free mining world, like Pi, B, and Rubi. And we're going to look at 4 key things: who's backing them, what products are actually live, how they verify users, and if they share revenue.
First up, let's talk about who's in their corner: institutional backing. According to our source, InterLink is working with Google for Startups and AWS. They've spoken at the New York Stock Exchange and even got recognized by the U.S. National Institute of Standards and Technology, NIST. The other networks on this list, they just don't have that same kind of confirmed big tech support.
Okay, next up, the ecosystem. I mean, what can you actually do with this stuff right now? The claim is that InterLink already has live products you can use: an exchange, a wallet, and a revenue-sharing community, or a DAO. That's a huge difference from competitors who are often still stuck in development with these enclosed networks that don't do much in the real world. It's really the difference between having a blueprint and having a building you can walk into.
This right here really gets to the core of that whole human-anchored idea. InterLink says it has an AI-driven bot-proof system to make sure its community is 100% real people. And that's critical when you hear that competitors have spotty verification and a high risk of bots, which kind of undermines their whole reason for being.
And all of this boils down to the project's mantra, which sums up their whole argument in just 3 powerful words: backed, verified, respected. You know, in a world full of hype, this is their key differentiator. Backed by institutions for legitimacy, verified so the network is trustworthy, and respected for its credibility. All right, so that's the tech and how they stack up against the competition. But what about momentum? Is anyone actually using this stuff? Let's see how this project has apparently gone from just an app to a whole ecosystem.
So check out this timeline. It is wild. The claim is that in just 8 months, the project went from a simple little mining app on your phone to a full-on ecosystem with multiple live products. I mean, that is a blistering pace of development.
And in that short window, they launched what the source calls game-changing products. We're talking that revenue-sharing DAO we mentioned, a QR payment system, and an AI-powered ID verification, or KYC, that they claim you can do without even a government ID.
So all that rapid development, what did it get them? Well, this number kind of says it all. The project apparently added over 721,000 verified users in the last month alone. That's double the growth of the month before. That's some serious acceleration.
But they are not hitting the brakes. Not at all. The next huge step they're planning is the launch of what they're calling the ITLX Super Wallet. So Super Wallet, what does that even mean? Well, it's designed to be way more than just a place to stash your tokens.
The plan is to have a built-in decentralized exchange so you can trade right in the wallet, plus options to invest in things like gold and stocks, and even programs designed to generate income for you.
And this is where the whole story comes full circle. This quote connects that future product, the Super Wallet, directly back to that institutional backing we talked about from the very beginning, hammering home that message of credibility and support from some of the biggest names in the world.
Which leaves us with one final big idea to chew on. As our world gets more and more automated, and as AI agents start handling more of our lives, could it be that the most valuable asset isn't some coin or token, but just simple, undeniable proof that you are a unique, verified human? Could that be the ultimate currency of the future? Definitely something to think about.